Good morning and welcome to Studio 62. You're looking at a live look at downtown Greenville. This is the show where we talk food, music, arts, and all things local. I'm Jamarcus Gaston. Thank you for joining us here on the Carolina CW 62. We are just 2 days from one of the best art festivals in the country, and it's happening right here in the upstate in Greenville. Artisphere kicks off on noon on Friday in downtown Greenville, and it's a celebration of visual arts, performing arts, and culinary arts, all things local, things that we're passionate about here in Studio 62. Today's show is dedicated to getting you ready to check out the festival, which runs through Sunday. We start off by introducing you to one of the visual artists you'll see at Artisphere. Maxie is in his beautiful basket design started us off this morning. Glad to have you here, Jerry.
Hi, Jamarcus.
These are absolutely stunning. We knew it would be a great way to start our show because it's so visual. And Artisphere is one of the best art festivals in the country. You don't have to go very far to experience that. So you told me it was a lot of opportunities, a lot of trying to get into this festival.
Oh, yes. It took me several years of applying before I was juried in. So
a lot of people don't realize that this is a juried art show, which means that you have to apply to be in it and you're accepted into the show. Introduce yourself. Tell us about these beautiful designs you have here today.
Well, I'm Jerry Maxie. I live in Piedmont, South Carolina, just south of Greenville. These are all original works that I've developed. I don't follow any particular tradition or style. It's just things that I've have come up with over many years.
They're so intricate too, and you said that the timing of how much time it takes you to do a lot of these is all over the place, but we have this really big one over here that's, how many hours did it take you to do that?
Well, that takes about 50 hours to make that piece over several months, plus 28 years practice, I always like to add.
And it is a tall, tall piece. You know, we put it on one of our tables that Jared Wally designed there just to give it a little bit and show what it would look like on a coffee table there. So you will have all of these pieces out at Artisphere?
Yes, these are all brand new pieces, and I have a lot of the work that I have made previously, and it'll all be on exhibit at Artisphere and for sale.
For sale, that's the big thing. Like, we have a lot of artists here. It is for sale because artists make a living as well. So you definitely want to support them. But you have all sizes. You know, I mean, you have some of the smaller ones that Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday.
Right.
So if you're looking for something to get mom, I'm sure she wouldn't hate any of these. So tell me, how did you get into this? And I asked you, is it more interesting for people to see you do this, or is it like, you know, once they see the product, they're like, okay, that's what goes into it, but I'm not necessarily super enthralled by the process. How enthralling is the process to get one of these baskets done?
Well, they're very labor intensive, and there's a lot of repetitive motion involved. So
I imagine very tedious action.
Well, it becomes kind of meditative after a while, and once you get the rhythm of it going.
That's a better word for it. A meditative state when you're going into creating this. So, what drew you to making baskets? Is it something that you were just kind of fell into, or?
Well, actually, I've always made things since I was a child, and I moved into an apartment in Greenville one time, and I had no access to any kind of workshop, and a friend of mine gave me a little book of basket patterns, and I made a basket or two because you can make them anywhere. And I just got obsessed with it after that. So.
And it's all history after that, right?
That's right.
When you start making the one, then you're going full throttle for it. So you're going to be at Artisphere all 3 days?
All 3 days, that's right. We're there Friday, I think noon to 8, and then Saturday 10 to 8, and Sunday 11 to 6.
Yeah. And we will remind you of those times later in today's show. If they want to find out more about Jerry Maxie Designs, how can they do that? You have a website.
I do have a website. It's www.jerrymaxie.com. Very easy to remember for me anyway.
So yeah, I mean, it's his name. So we'll put that information for you. If you don't get it, it may go by too fast. We'll make sure you have that information. But again, go see him Friday through Sunday in downtown Greenville for Artisphere. Jerry, thank you so much for being here and showing off these beautiful designs. We'll see you at the festival. All morning long, we're featuring the amazing artisans that you'll meet in the streets of downtown Greenville this weekend. for the Artisphere, and one of them is very close to the show here. It's a Hollywood prop maker, furniture designer, and now a showcase artist at the South Carolina State Museum. Jared Wally with Mobley Farm Tables joined us this morning, and you brought a couple of your awesome pieces. This one is in the back here is one that we have on the set every day, so thank you so much for bringing that with
I feel like we should be doing a project.
I know, right? We're not doing any DIYs, but you're one of the artists featured at Artisphere, and you've done it for several years now. How cool is it to be a part of that?
It's awesome. I mean, to me, it is the best event, and it's been voted the 3rd best in the country, but it really is.
A juried show, so you know that if you get in,
you're fortunate.
You're fortunate, and your work is valued there. So you're going to be there all 3 days as well, showing off some things. I know last year you had the cutting boards, which were so popular.
Yeah, I'm going to bring a lot of those back, and I'm going to try to sneak out of the booth for a little bit to go see some of the other artists, because that's what's so great. I mean, the other artists around you,
the artists,
world class.
It's a family, so you get a chance to see that. I want to make sure we get some good shots, because we have some of your tables. Tell us about the ones that we have here today. This is a beautiful one that is made out of whiskey barrels or something like that.
It's actually reclaimed wood from an old whiskey distillery.
Okay.
And it's some spalted oak, and you know, it's a really cool. I don't generally make coffee tables, but why not for the Artisphere? So I've been kind of playing with different designs, and after this table, I'm going to start to lighten things up a little bit.
Yeah,
because
it smells really good too. I don't know what that aroma is, but it smells really good.
You know what? When I started cutting the wood, you can smell the bourbon.
That's what it is. It smells like a little bit bourbon in here. So I wish you guys could smell it at home.
The devil cut. Right?
Yeah. And we have another beautiful table over here that we left one of Jerry Maxie's baskets on there, so you can see kind of what that looks like. Tell us about that table.
That is a really heavy figured quilted maple, like a musician grade.
And it's so smooth too.
And that's what's so, neat about different woods. And you kind of have to, like, I have a collection of wood that I've been collecting for over 16 years, and I still haven't gotten to some of the pieces because I kind of save. I'm like, oh man, that's going to make something great one day. And even the piece for the museum, I mean, that was really, been wanting to make that table for like 6 years.
Before we get out of time, we have to talk about the Carolina Makers. Congratulations on being one of the selected artists for that exhibit. You're at the State Museum. Tell us about that table.
It's a great show, and it goes on until February of next year, and it's
a year-long thing.
It's a year-long thing, and it's a selection of makers from all over the state. You have instrument makers, jewelry, silversmiths,
look at
furniture makers.
That is that table too. And you told me that how much does this weigh?
It weighs 1,600 pounds.
1,600 pound table. I mean,
it's a one-off piece. It's a casted concrete that I made a mold, and I used some Hollywood techniques to finish it. And I have a solid beam from Camp Sevier.
So that one won't be at Artisphere, but it will be at the State Museum. So if you're down in Columbia, be sure to stop by and see the Carolina
if you want to
Makers
buy it,
exhibit.
Call me.
Yeah. These are some of the other beautiful designs that you have. So if you're downtown for Artisphere, be sure to stop by and say hello.
10.
Yeah, booth number 10, and say hello to Jared and give him a high five, and we're going to help him try to win the People's Choice for his booth there. And you can find more information about Mobley Farm Tables at mobleyfarmtables.com, and we'll put all that information for you at our website so you can share it with your friends. Thank you so much, Jared. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Artisphere is also all about the culinary arts at Broad Street. It's transformed into a restaurant row, and last year's Blue Ribbon winner is here in our kitchen. This is Roost with Trevor Higgins.
Roost.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having us today.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves Roost right in downtown Noma Square. You guys have the most perfect spot.
We do. We love
downtown.
our spot. We do. 220 North Main Street, downtown Greenville. It's a wonderful place.
And when we did the Artisphere show, I know we had to invite you guys in because you're the defending food champions of Artisphere in the culinary road there.
We are. We won last year with our kimchi super dog. Seemed to be a crowd favorite. We won't have it this year, but we've got some other exciting things.
Well, you have to mix it up. You can't, you won with that already, so you have to.
Everybody likes a little change. So.
Can you tell us what will be on the menu for this year's Artisphere?
Yeah, this year we're going to be doing she crab chowder fries. We're also going to be doing pork wings with a gochujang barbecue, and we're going to be doing what I'm most excited about is barbecue burnt ends, which is brisket and you
The burnt end.
the burnt end is the best part. We're gonna do it with a rhubarb barbecue sauce. So
I don't know how you come up with this stuff, but I'm glad you do. So
just a lot of eating.
yeah,
A lot of eating. So.
that helps. So Broad Street will be the place where all the culinary arts will be happening. So they
correct.
can just go down there, and I think you get tickets, and then you that's how you buy.
You
the
get tickets
food,
and then
so.
buy the food off that. Yep.
Sounds good. So Chef, what are we making today? This smells heavenly.
We're making one of the favorites at the restaurant, our shrimp and grits. We start with a little hard smoked Tennessee bacon. It's Benton's bacon. It's one of the best there is around anywhere.
There's so many great smells in here, from the table that smells like bourbon to all the flavors in here.
It all kind of goes
It's
together
like,
with the bourbon and the bacon. So we've got that. We drop our shrimp in. We've got some nice garlic, shallots, white wine. We've got our Adela Mills grits.
The Adela Mill grits, I think they're based out of Colombia.
That's out of Colombia, yep.
And
Yep.
they are simply the best grits in the world.
I
Like,
agree. I agree.
mean,
We finish it off with Happy Cow butter from right here in Greenville.
Love that.
So we try at the restaurant.
Farmer Tom, we love Farmer Tom.
Exactly.
Happy Cow.
We try and use everything we can locally, as fresh as possible. So yeah.
And then that's kind of the mainstay of Roost.
That's kind of what we're about, trying to keep it local, keep it fresh, seasonal. That's really kind of our motto. So.
And for someone who hasn't been inside of the restaurant, it is stunning. I mean,
it's a beautiful restaurant. We actually won an award for one of the best designed restaurants in the country
Very
by Veal
open.
magazine. So
a lot of open space and really cool design there.
Yeah.
Other things that are on the menu that people should come in. The bar is really neat too, because it has like the little ice around
Yeah,
the edges, which I think is very cool.
it's got an ice well on the side for to keep your drinks cold as you're sitting at the bar. We have a nice open patio that overlooks Main Street, so that's great. One of my other favorites on the menu right now is our hanger steak. It's a char-crusted hanger steak, sort of the fresh asparagus, a little gorgonzola, and just a wonderful dish. Really
Yeah.
fresh, really seasonal. So
How cool is it for you? We were talking about this a little bit before the show, about how cool it is to be able to do a festival, one of the best in the country, and you can just walk down the street to do it.
yeah, no, it's perfect for us. So we, not a lot of transportation. We're right there. It's great to be downtown, taking part in the festivals downtown. So we're very excited to be in Artisphere again this year.
And nothing says, when you win, you always like to have good competition, and you have a lot of great competition with a lot of other restaurants as well. So
Absolutely.
they can come and support you. But
Absolutely.
They can also come and support some.
That's one of the best things about Greenville is the restaurant scene's really growing, and there's a lot of wonderful restaurants and just a lot of good food in the city. So
Yeah.
it's a wonderful place to be in the culinary world right now.
And as we let these shrimp and grits finish up here, there's some other things that go on at Noma Square, and we were talking about this on Thursday and Friday. So that would be a most excellent time to come to Roost and to kind of get the game started early, get your weekend kicked off early.
Yeah, we have there's a concert series every Thursday and Friday out at Noma Square, so it's a great time. It's a wonderful evening out. We host a lot of things on Noma Square. Actually, we've got a dinner coming up on May 20th with Timber Rock Farms right here in Greenville, who we're really excited
dinner
about.
on Noma Square?
We're going to have it outside on Noma Square, and we're going to be featuring all the produce and all the proteins from the farm. So it's kind of strictly their dinner. So we're really excited.
I'm going to
about
slide
that.
this dish over here so we can get an amazing shot of it, because it looks great there. Yeah, so they have Downtown Alive and Music on Main.
Absolutely.
And all types of things going on there. Your website has all that information there. I think it's roostrestaurant.com.
Roostrestaurant.com. All the information's on the website. But yeah, we encourage everybody to come out, not only for Artisphere, but please come to the restaurant. Give us
Yeah,
a try.
you're going to be busy over the next couple of days.
Yeah, we're going to have a busy weekend, but we encourage everybody to come
It'll be a
out.
good time. I'm going to grab a fork, Chef. Can I try this?
Absolutely, absolutely.
You're
This
like,
is our-
I'd be delighted. Everyone thinks that their shrimp and grits are like the best. What makes your grits so good?
I think, the grits, and I think the bacon, just the way you cook it, the time that goes into it, the flavors you build in the pan, not rushing it. I lived
Can
in.
you do the rest of the show and I'll just go?
I can do my best. I don't know if I do as good as you.
It's
will.
so good. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm going to definitely dig into that later. So I don't know if Chef Trevor will give you the recipe, but you can always go visit him at Roost in downtown Greenville. Remind us of the address again.
220 North Main Street at the Hyatt Regency.
Really easy, right up at North Main. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you.
Next. We continue to get you ready for the 3-day explosion of visual arts and culinary arts, along with performing arts here happening in downtown Greenville this Friday through Sunday. We're welcoming in the beautiful Caitlin Penner with ModFet to tell us more about her work and what you will see from her at Artisphere. Great to have you here, Caitlin.
Thanks for inviting me.
Very beautiful display. We have
Thank
a little
you.
candlelight going on, and that kind of, when you say ModFet, people are like, what in the world does that mean? And that kind of lends itself to this whole setup.
Well, it's the name that I kind of created that I felt expressed the kind of the focus of my business. I used mod, which means swank, trendy, avant-garde, and then fête, which is the French word for celebration or holiday or just a special occasion.
So really, you're making those two collide to create this experience. And everyone who's seen some of the beautiful photographs that we have of some of your designs, it really takes you there visually when you see it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that I wanted to go past just the floral arrangement and help my clients create a different setting and feel for their events.
Yeah. So at Artisphere, what are you going to be doing at Artisphere? What can we see from you there?
Well, I will be in the art lab on Saturday from 6 to 7, which is at the corner of Main Street and Camperdown. And this is a new location for the stage. I'll be demoing foraged and organic arrangements. So I'm going to have a bunch of product on site and different stations where people can participate and build their own arrangement.
Really interactive.
Yeah,
Hence the lab part of that.
Exactly.
So, and it's springtime, it's gardening time, people are doing weddings and all types of things like that. So there are a lot of different people that could benefit from this type of thing.
Yeah, the big point I want to get across is that you can create this look with pieces from your garden and your yard, and most of these items I cut from my yard and a neighbor's yard yesterday. So it's not just
sorry,
an
neighbor, we're just
look.
borrowing them. We'll bring them
I
back.
had their permission.
Okay, good. So it's going to be a real educational opportunity for them there.
Yeah.
And I've been asking all the artists, how cool is it to be able to do this type of festival that's one of the best?
It's been awesome. I've really been looking forward to this opportunity because they've done an awesome job of getting the word out, so it brings in so many people to learn not just my craft, but so many different other artists too. So
is there a favorite type of event or thing that you like to do? I mean, because I've seen a lot of the wedding pictures. Is there a special type of event or occasion you like to do the florals for?
Well, I would say weddings are my biggest thing right now, but I love to do even just the smaller celebrations too, whether it's birthday parties or I'll do single arrangements for people, just kind of getting my name and my look out there, in every way, not just the grand scale
and
things.
Artisphere does such great work for small businesses and local businesses as well. So you have some little cutters here. We have about a minute left.
Okay. All right. Well, I brought a small piece that I just want to show you a few pointers. Because
I know zilch, so.
Well, what I'll do is I start with greenery. So these are the elements that I love to use. They all have a little more movement to them. So basically, and you might just have to come on Saturday and hear the rest of my demo. But I love to use pieces that create a little more depth, and not just that really tight
just straight
arrangement.
up, like it gives you a little bit of depth to it.
And you can use even just tulips and give them a little bit different look to create something.
And this is the perfect time for all these different spring colors. So you got a lot of popping of the colors.
Exactly. So I know we don't have too much time, but basically, I love to create movement. I love to, use the, some of the less common materials.
So if you guys want to know more, you can go see Caitlin this Saturday at Artisphere. We'll put the information at our website. Her website is modfet.com. Best of luck to you on Saturday. Thank you so much, Caitlin. If you're thinking about checking out Artisphere, here are the festival hours. Friday, noon until 8 p.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. until 8 p.m., and Sunday, 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. The main stage of the amphitheater will have music after the festival closes around 9:45. You can find out more information at artisphere.us, and we'll put that information for you at our website. Thank you so much for joining us here in Studio 62 for our Artisphere show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and we're always online at our website, studio-62.com. I'm Jamarcus Gaston. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.